the top 30 player. So has a bit of a range to results.
I mean, like this year, he's had tournaments like where he beat Zane and he beat Hungrybox, and then other tournaments where
Exactly.
he's I think down 0. No, one. I think he's 1-1 with S2J as an example. S2J's a great player, but like
Probably still going to even out to end up being ranked somewhere in like the 15-ish range.
yeah, he's
that's
totally
right,
top 20.
That's right
guaranteed.
where Josh is going to be also. So this is about as even as it gets in terms
See
of
what happens.
how good the players are these days.
Starting Yoshi is very interesting. Is this normal for this matchup?
I don't think so.
No,
honestly.
no, Falcon doesn't like Yoshi.
Yeah.
This is pretty bad for Falcon. But Falcon has really bad stages in general.
Yeah,
So
he doesn't really like
sometimes
anywhere.
He hates our stage list, really, when it comes
Yeah.
down to.
And there's no FD in the starter list anymore, so one of his at least one of Fox's better stages is gone. But it's kind of interesting that they went here.
I would have expected Dreamland, honestly, but
Yeah.
I definitely think Dreamland's the more traditional pick.
I thought he was gonna go for a third back here. That would have been crazy.
Honestly, though, I think it's good to get Yoshi's out of the way early because it's such a hard stage to play on if you're like a little nervous. You know, I feel like it's like nice to just play on it when you're fresh and warm and just get it out of the way so you don't need to worry about having a sloppy Yoshi's game 5.
I got it.
I have noticed that Johnny is definitely better with like hours of playing. So later in a run, he just becomes so on point. But potentially this could be like his hardest matchup of the day, honestly, if he has to warm up.
It might
Or
be
we
his
can
only
sell this.
matchup of the day.
That's
Yeah,
true.
we'll see. I'm trying to see Beast Coast do well at a Beast Coast tournament.
Yes.
I mean, Magi is the first seed of the tournament right
That
now.
is so true. Beating Zane twice, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's go, Magi.
Not rigged.
Of course
Not rigged, not rigged.
Not rigged.
You gave Magi saying, yeah, I'm sure that makes it rigged.
You like told Magi a month in advance, you're going to play Zane at this tournament. You need to beat Zane right now. And then she just plays Marth 24/7 for the next 30 days.
Random
that
interactions.
side B was cool. I guess
Okay.
Randall was on. You almost never see that Randall on the way up. So it was like, it wasn't Randall left or right. It was Randall on the way up, so caught the side B. You rarely see that, right?
Yeah, you rarely see
Falcon
that.
side B laying on while Randall's moving vertically.
I love the weight on that. It's so hard to get a follow-up at 0 when up throwing Falcon. And he just like waited for S2J to miss tech and then got a follow-up off that.
How did SJ get out of the corner there? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because at like low percent, there's a mix-up where Falcon can just land or he can jump. And it's definitely good if Joshman's like winning that mix-up.
That's the Johnny side B. He loves throwing that out.
He side B'd a lot this game.
Yeah, he side B's a lot in general, I think.
It is like a hard read kind of move.
Yeah.
Okay. Joshman takes game 1. Had the lead pretty much the whole game.
I definitely think, like, you mentioned Joshman, so that S2J is like his dad. And I was taking some boxing lessons recently, and the boxing coach was like, yeah, it's tough to spar with your, or like fight your old trainers. Because, like, you have respect for them, so you want to, like, you don't want to, like, try to do something that's like, you'll never suspect this and, like, mess them up or, like,
I had
confuse
players
them.
who, like, I knew when they were, like, basically, we had that sort of relationship. And even when they factually had better results than me, I would still beat them.
The mental edge.
Because it'd be like, I just
You know
know
what
they're
they're
bad.
gonna do.
I knew when you know someone as a noob, you know like what their bad habits are, and those don't necessarily go away. And everyone turns into a noob eventually
Yeah.
when they get nervous.
I have like a chain where that's like Jib, who was on commentary, that's how I am with him, where like I can always beat him, but like I
But
feel
as the results will be overall better, right, or something like that.
yeah, but then I feel like when I play Nico, I mean he's better than me anyway, but he beats me harder than people who like would be a
Oh,
higher
that-
seed
yeah.
than him. He just obliterates
They
me.
just know the styles.
It's more like they just know you.
He knows
It's
my play
brutal,
style
it's
so
brutal.
well.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Nice turn.
You can never count out with Falcons in general. You can't really ever count them out. But with SJ specifically, like he's had like the mantra of the Johnny stock for so long that he can just always at any point of the game just randomly 0 to death or SD
Or
like that.
yeah. That was actually not a bad idea. That air dodge was kind of a
Yeah,
great
he didn't spin in the air, so he was actually backwards, unfortunately. So he had the
idea.
air dodge there.
Falcon's definitely like a burst character. Like his moves take a long time to come out. Like where Stomps is like borderline reactable, but man, if you can get it,
He also gets to run around like a bullet the entire game, and he's like, he has such a fast run speed and air drift that he can just run around and mix up the
I
timing.
actually think
to
he's
hit
like
with those.
brilliantly balanced in some ways because like he's like an extremely fast moving character, but some of his moves have slow startup, and he doesn't have great ground moves, so it's like it kind of makes him more linear in the terms of he has to always kind of be moving in the air, and he's just like a moving bullet.
There was like a fiction video on this on Fox Falcon. It was with T-Web, an old NYC head.
Shouts to T-Web.
Shouts to T-Web, legend. And he basically said that Falcon's aerials don't work if Fox is crouching. And he doesn't have good ground moves except for running up and grabbing. So if you just run around, hold down, and just reactively shield whenever Falcon approaches you, he can't hit you meaningfully.
He just say hard to do.
Like, he gets hit by a nair there and takes 17, but doesn't get a follow-up.
This is a clutch moment here. Ends up grabbing a up tilt. S2J puts himself back in the corner, but he's really good at holding position here.
Yeah, center stage.
Gives it up. After up smash, leads to a small combo. Nair leads to a
His nair's
knockdown.
on point.
Doesn't read a roll. Tries to read her there.
The latest up there.
They're just poking at each other at this point.
I love Joshman's like empty movement to try to take back some stage presence.
Wow, that was
There to
clutch.
finish it off.
Nice.
He's done that, the runoff rising up air twice as an edge guard. I don't think I see Falcons do it very much, but it's been so effective at just covering all the options that that Fox has to recover the stage.
We're going to go to FD here, probably.
Probably. Or Fountain.
Or Fox can.
Fox can
has
just pick a
picks,
stage.
has
Fox is
picks.
just like...
It's going to be 3 out of the 5 games going to be Fox
Yeah.
stages in this matchup. But some of them are. I mean, Johnny does really well on Fountain, for example. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I think FD is the better pick for the player between the two.
Johnny needs to call out his inner Wizrobe here.
Yeah, it would help.
We'll see what happens. I mean,
All the Falcons are good at different things.
They actually are all like so different.
Yeah.
like, there was a thing we were saying before about how you watch all the different Foxes and no one can tell. You watch all the different Falcons, you can totally tell.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Johnny with the clean first up.
And
Patience
you know,
with the up
what's
tilts.
weird is that like a total meta hasn't formed between them. Like very fundamental parts of the others' games aren't really even a part of like Wizzy does all the the Wizzy stomps, the fade back stomps. Johnny doesn't do them ever.
Yeah.
Like even a little bit. Meanwhile, the way Johnny holds center and like controls with nair and back air, you don't see none like ever do. Like period.
I feel like you were talking earlier about how like some habits never change, and like old school S2J, like everyone would just talk about he was the nair king, right? He was the nair king. He just naired, and his nairs had great spacing. I watch him now, I'm like, yeah, he does just have the best nairs of any Falcon.
By far.
By far.
I mean, he's been doing that for like, what, like 13, 14 years or so? Like,
Yeah.
some crazy amount of time, so.
Meanwhile, like Nun's tankiness and defense and like CC and like just general ability to hit run up grabs and things are above board too.
Goes for the Charlie
Up
walk.
smash.
Whoa!
That's my guy.
That was definitely a side B.
Yeah.
Is my guess.
It's a charity tournament.
True, technically.
I've definitely mashed out some weird inputs when I'm SDIing.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm surprised he didn't die from it, honestly.
No, he's maintained a really like solid lead.
Oh, DI's in on the back here. That wasn't ended up being costly, but okay.
Great defense on S2J. Smart gets off stage. Gets ledge, though. Oh, this is a huge reversal. Wait,
Oh,
what?
Doesn't go for
He
a
could have just stomped, yeah.
I definitely think he wanted it, wanted something.
No, he's scared from yesterday.
Yeah,
Remember.
Oh, yeah.
It's in your head.
Remembers.
Doesn't use his invincibility much.
This is really scary.
Oh,
no!
That movement, I don't know what happened.
Oh,
SJ just put himself in the, like had invincibility, did nothing with it, put himself in the corner, and then got hit with a random hit, just lost
And just
stuck.
slid
Like,
off.
it was just like, oh,
That's so
a
tragic.
horrible tragedy.
He's proven that he can do it, though, because that is definitely Falcon's worst stage to go to. He gets a Battlefield pick now, but it's a good sign. That entire game, up till the end, was a good sign for the S2J fans and the Beast Coast staff watching in the venue.
Of course. Interesting that both of them are never wanting to go to Dreamland in this matchup, but I like Battlefield personally.
I think it's a pretty neutral stage, and I think that both the characters would want more polarizing stages or things that benefit both, or benefit the character that don't benefit the other. And interesting air dodge.
Is it interesting?
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Commentators just say interesting when things are bad. Is that like the thing?
It's a polite thing to say. Like,
Is
I mean,
it?
What do I could say? Oh yeah, that was a
terrible.
sloppy,
That was
terrible
dog.
misinput.
That was
How
dog.
dare he? This is our top player.
What was
No.
interesting about it? I'm just
Yeah,
trying.
yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
what was
Okay,
interesting
I
about the
think
air
it's
dodge.
interesting that the input came out
No,
that way.
What was it fascinating to you that he air dodged there?
I'm happy. Remember, I feel like we had an era of commentary where whenever anyone would do something that was clearly a mistake, we'd go like, "That was a unique idea."
I mean, it wasn't
Yeah.
interesting. That's all I'm trying to say. It was just
Yeah.
bad.
Oh my
It's
God,
okay.
back throw.
It's okay.
People can make mistakes. It is fine.
It's-
We
yeah.
are all human.
With the fucking 400 inputs a minute they're all making,
It's a hard
like,
game.
Yeah, they're gonna make some misinputs.
It's a hard game. We've been there.
I think the last 2 games, Joshman has been looking a bit shaky. He had an SD on FD also, so.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I feel like we saw like more whiffed up smashes. Like to determine if someone's shaky, I feel like a big metric I use is like how much they're whiffing.
They're actually running away with it. I mean, that was a great slide up, like you said, Cav, on Joshman's part, but it might not be enough. He catches the slide off there actually with the up air and continues.
That's a big up smash. This could be a lot of
piling
damage.
So much damage, but
This could
Okay,
bring
that-
Joshman back to the game.
yeah, he gets a down B or an up.
It was so good today.
Covers it. Wow.
I'm surprised he died there actually.
Let's see if he uses invincibility for once. Nope.
He tried to. He had the hardest read
Yeah.
Yeah.
with that stomp, but doesn't really pan
Sometimes the
out.
best you can do is either cover them going to the corner or back towards you.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good
you,
coverage.
you definitely don't want to like chase down too hard on invincibility.
You don't
and-
want to lose center. Like if you look at the end of invincibility and you're the one in the corner, you're like, dude, what happened?
Yeah. Or like all of a sudden like they double jump on top platform and you go to top platform and then they fast fall through it and then you're there and they're under you and you're like, what?
Hey, how to get outplayed?
Yeah, some
Amazing
whiff.
dashbacks.
Good gentleman.
I love
Oh.
crouch cancel, gentlemen.
Gotta get this. Gets
Oh
it. Wow,
my
that was so
God.
sick.
That was amazing.
There you go,
That was
Johnny.
good.
Chug that beer.
That's the power of Falcon. You know, when you see the Firefox at certain angles, you can just go out there. And he barely had enough time. It was like the last second. Felt like he made the decision late, but it was still good enough.
I think there was a little of a like, yeah, like I might die, but oh, even if I die, it's fine.
We're
you
going
know?
Fountain. Let's see
Yeah,
how
yeah.
good Johnny actually is here.
Loki, I think Johnny's so good at this map.
Yeah, I think this is.
And his moves cover a lot of space.
And he's on all the edge cancels
Yeah.
because of the platform heights.
pivot.
Oh,
That was a pivot in there. That was so good.
Edge canceling is so essential on Fountain. I think it's like, you know, more important on this stage than any other because of how low the platforms are. So if you edge cancel, your hitbox is going to be just hitting stage. Yo.
Oh.
SD from
Third
Josh.
SD of the whole set.
Clearly a dash
That last
attack.
game started with that air dodge SD, so
Mhm.
it's tough for Josh.
And he's just spamming C-stick.
Tell him, Cat.
Oh, another one. In.
Tell him, Cat.
Damn. Tell him.
Johnny's running away with this. This could be another stock.
Oh my
this is-
gosh.
Oh, that was almost
this
there.
this is why you don't take Johnny to Fountain. This is what happens sometimes.
That was almost
Wins.
he was almost a 4 stocks to 1.
You've been in SoCal long enough, and this is the story.
Yeah.
Gets the stomp. That's big damage.
Another one?
Crab? Oh my god, Johnny looks so good.
And he reads it. Oh my
Wow.
God. This is brutal.
He's not even like playing with his food. He's just like,
He's
like
just
I want
ending
this
it.
W.
Yeah, Fox can make this comeback though. A lot of falling up airs. Shine, weird choice.
The double jab in the middle of the is a jab reset. That's crazy.
And the dash dance out of the aerial born shine, I love it.
See, Johnny's moving so fast.
Joshman trying to mix it with the movement, but it might be a little too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. You know what that side B was? It
What
was
was the side B?
interesting.
It was interesting.
That was the most interesting side B in the world.
Oh.